Hello, everyone. We are back with another episode of Live Coding, a prototype for a virtual bookshelf. My name is Judith, and I'm a freelance full-stack engineer based in Berlin.
Hi, Judith.
Hi, Nils.
Nice to be back. Very cool. My name is Nils. I'm a co-founder at Dingy, an agency where we care about user experience. For the ones joining us today, Judith and I are building a full stack prototype is the idea, and we just picked like a topic of a virtual bookshelf where we can add and remove and edit stuff. And the goal is to show that we can set up a working web app very quickly with existing technologies like React and Superbase. To have something more than a click dummy in Figma. Yes, and this is episode 4. And where did we leave off last time?
Right in the middle of trying to add a new book, I think. Do you want to share your screen maybe, or should I?
Yeah, hold on. I'll share my screen. Let's see where we're at.
So we have a little bit of a different setup today, which hopefully makes it easier to see things. So we have this code sandbox, which we're trying out. And last time, I believe we left it off right in the middle of adding a new book. So we have this new component, add book, and we can already see there's like a bunch of errors because we had to leave because life, So that's what we have to do. We need to fix our form, I think, define a proper schema. We kind of have a form already, but we need more fields. So we only have the title so far. We need the other fields like the author, rating, all the other things we had.
Yes,
yeah,
that's true.
So we're going to extend the form, define a schema, and then probably send the data to our service, where maybe in the first step, we just log it to make sure it arrives there. And once we have the data, we can try sending it to Superbase to save it in the database.
Awesome. Then also as a quick reminder, also to myself, we're using this library to build out the form, and this is based on first of all we get to use Tailwind to customize the components. That's why you did pick this one up, so it would integrate with the rest of our styling efforts. So I'm going to keep the docs open for here because we're using this stuff, for example. So, and CNUI made the decision to work with React hook form and Zod for schema validation under the hood. And this is basically where we left off, right? We picked up this stuff here. We made this come into the component, and we already picked up the use form hook from React hook form, which we're using over here to create our form object. And we kind of figured out how this goes together. I think that took like a bit of our time last time to understand how hook form and the components from ShadCN work together, but we have it now, and we can admire it here. Ta-da!
Yes, exactly. So maybe if you can go back to the documentation of ShadCN for 1 second. If you scroll down, there's like an example, I think, for how to use it with like the usage one. So I think that's kind of where we left it. So I think that's, basically what we could start even copying from there. So I'm just gonna, because I think we are missing the form schema right now. Yeah, we don't have that yet. Yeah. So maybe I'll just paste that in here. And we have to import Zod, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta import a named import, just Z from Zod.
Yeah, so that looks better. And then
what are the fields that we want actually?
exactly,
We where did we put that
maybe
stuff?
let's look. I think we put it into our book service.
Oh,
So
perfect.
it should
we
be,
even have
I
an
would say,
interface. Yeah.
we have an interface. Exactly. Yeah, so it should be that basically, except that we won't have the ID in the form. Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
these are our fields. So title, author, year, description, personal notes, and rating.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe
Can we can we, import the interface and
ooh, that's a
stick it
good
in Zod or
question.
something?
I
You know?
don't know. I'm not sure if there's a nice way to connect the two.
So they have yeah, okay. So they use form and then they are inferring the type from the schema object that Zod is making up.
Yeah. So I guess technically, if we infer the type from our form schema, it should be the same as our interface, I would hope, except for
Let's
the
see.
ID.
Let's see how that
But
goes.
I don't know. We can probably do what they're doing. So maybe just call this title first.
Cool, yeah. Okay. Hey, should I tell you the fields
Yeah, why not?
that we have? Okay,
Yeah.
so we have title, then author,
Which is also a string, I guess.
oh yeah, string, right? Then we have publication year with an underscore, and that's number. Are you also already saying if it's required or not?
I am not, but we probably should. So I'm thinking, like the validation stuff, maybe let's worry about that later, because
Okay.
I don't know, we're not really dealing with that in the UI yet. We could, of course, but maybe let's try to just make it work without that first.
Yeah, let's see. Totally. So then we have description as the next one.
And I think, let me just try one thing. I think with Zod, we can say nullish, which means it can be null or undefined. Oh, so many people dies.
Sorry. Nullish.
Yes, which I think means it can be null or undefined, but maybe we should be more specific. Like, is it null or is it undefined?
Oh, there's nullable
Probably. Yeah.
or nullish. Let's go for it. I don't know. Let's see what
We
it
can try it.
does. Then we had a description going on, and that's the string again. That can also be nullish. Oops. And yoink,
And
personal notes and rating.
yeah, exactly.
Personal notes. It's the same thing. Rating is a number.
Yeah.
Right on.
Cool. So
Now
now we already have the use form part, so we're using the use form hook from React hook form. But I think now we need to give that one the type. So that's what they're doing in the docs with this Z infer type of form schema.
I see.
I'm thinking maybe we can extract the type. Maybe we can just put it here like const form type or something. And then do the whoops. Did that do?
it goes, yeah, so it's a generics and then it's the Z that we imported, .infer. Yeah, I think you have a pointy bracket opening it as well. Like the whole thing is wrapped in a pointy bracket, like here. Oops, sorry, like this.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But then,
And yeah. Oh, type of form schema. Yes, that's what you have.
okay. And then they use it in the use form, I think. Let's copy it there and see if it works then. Like so. No corresponding clothing tag.
Ah,
Okay. Let's leave it like that. I don't know.
now it was very unhappy, and now it's very happy.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
Cool. Let's maybe add some more of these default values. I think otherwise we're gonna get that error again that we had last time, which was something like you're changing the state from undefined to defined or controlled to uncontrolled, something like
Oh, I
that.
see. Okay.
So I think
All
we just
right.
need to set some default values. Application year 7.
Right on. And then we just probably duplicate form fields down here.
Yeah.
So I
Exactly.
keep, okay, so title, I'll just try to put in the author one, see what happens. Author. Him. Huh. All right. At least I have a second form field.
Okay.
But the input is sort of complaining at me, saying, types of property value are incompatible. String null undefined is not assignable to string number read-only string or undefined.
Ha.
Work.
So we should probably. So that was for author, right?
That was
So
for
we
the
should
author.
probably change it from nullish to something like what's the equivalent for it? Can be undefined. It's optional, I
Ooh.
think. Let's check if that makes it
the
happy
form
again.
very happy. Yeah.
Nice. Because in our interface, the properties are optional, which means if they're not there, I guess they're undefined. They won't be null, they will be undefined. So I think it's actually
see.
cleaner to change all these maybe to optional, so that they can be undefined but not null.
Cool. And so just to recap how this works, like we're using Zod to, well, list up our fields that we want, and then we stick it in form schema and pass that on to hook form, right? Like we stick the form schema that we made here and say, hey, hook form, make us a form.
Yeah.
And then it goes ahead. So the form element kind of knows about all of the form stuff going on from hook form. And we just put fields in that have the same name. I mean, because like the only way I'm telling this thing that it's an author field is sort of with the name prop, with the
Yeah,
name attribute.
exactly.
It's pretty cool, I would say.
Right? That's
Um,
pretty sweet.
so I'll make more, hey? More fields?
Yeah, let's make more fields.
And I don't even have to tell it the type because we're kind of just jump like right, like it kind of makes the input into a number field by itself. Maybe?
Let's see. I mean, the next one should be the publication year. So yeah, let's have a look what happens
But like,
when you
do I
don't
go
specify like type number. Maybe it's smart enough to kind of do it by itself.
right on? Hey, but do I go here, like capital Y in here?
Yes, this one would be camel case.
Oh, vacation year. I don't know. Whatever, 19. And then is this now? Are you input
Now that's still a text field.
name? It's actually nothing.
It's nothing.
Like it's just input. It has a whole
But
bunch of stuff on, like aria, invalid, and all that sort of stuff. But it has a placeholder, but it has no type. So I feel we kind of have to.
So
Home
we are
control.
using the input component from ShadCN.
Mhm.
I guess we can just specify the type probably on the input component. Does it have a type?
Yeah. See, like they just put like type email on here in
Nice. Well,
there.
then let's try it. Link number.
I bet there's a way to get that from Zod. Somehow. But late for now. Exactly. Let's just put type number. And that's it. And then they get the step up. Yeah. That's all
Nice.
right.
What I would be curious about, is it smart enough if we tell Zod minimum and maximum values
Yeah.
to use those? That would be
So
kind of
I bet
nice,
that that's
right?
possible. I bet that you
If we say
can.
like, so it's, I think, min and max. Say min, well, let's say 1200. Then no, so it doesn't seem to do validation automatically. I think we
Hey,
would probably have to.
you know what I'm wondering is like, so the render method of form field, we get this field variable out of here, right? And when I hover it, then it says, so a field, like it seems to me that a field is the entire object of title, author, publication year. So I'm kind of wondering if we should be doing this. No, does not exist. I'm wondering if we're, or how this works.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So
It does look a bit strange, but it seems to do the right thing.
yeah,
So I
Okay.
mean, I think it does the mapping really mostly from the name attribute,
Yeah. Cool. It
right?
should, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they're just sticking the field in here. Toads, form control, name, username, and then render field. This is what we have. We have the name, then we have render function, we stick it in there. And that's fine. Cool. Anyway, let's move on.
Nice.
Let's make more of these. Publication year.
Then we have description and personal notes as text fields again.
Description. Text. Facebook. ... And then also girl. Oops, sorry, can't type to that. Description. Personal notes. Oh, it auto-completes for me. That's cool. There's someone. I've got this. Look. Was ... And then, so maybe this could also be a text area, right?
That would be nice. Yeah.
Rating. It's gonna be number.
There's even a text area component from Schätzchen. We could also use that one.
Ah, cool. Oh, I made way too many. Point. Okay, let's see. So we have title, author, publication year, rating. Okay, then. What did I do?
What happened?
I'm not sure. Anyway, title, author, publication year, and description. Description.
I think the type is text, probably.
Oops, sorry. Yep, absolutely. And description. Personal notes. I think I made a copy paste mess. And the last one is rating, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's a number, so
rating number 5. What are you complaining about? Oh, because I'm passing a string as the placeholder.
Yeah.
Like that. The number is not assignable to string.
Oh, I forgot to take away the knowledge, I think, from rating. What does it have now? Type number. I think the placeholder is always a string, also for numbers.
Right?
Yeah.
No, now it's happy. It seems to be happy now.
Let's see.
What do we have? Cool.
That's nice. Did you have a rating default value of 200? That was a bit weird. No, now it's 0.
Now it's 0. Cool.
Cool.
Perfect.
I think we have all our form fields. We can
where does the
probably make it
1970
prettier.
come from?
I think it's the default value. I had to add a default value
Oh, okay. I
So
see.
that's a bit annoying for number fields.
It has to have something in it.
Yeah, but what if we make it undefined? What if the default value is undefined? Maybe then we get a placeholder. Let's see.
Nah. Are you
Yeah,
gonna?
that looks better.
Yeah? Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes.
That is
Cool.
beautiful. I love I love that you put I love your min and max values for the publication year. No
Just
older
in
than
case
1200.
we want to read something medieval. I was thinking like 0, but
Exactly.
I don't know.
And maximum 2500.
Yeah,
Our
I mean,
app is
we
not
want
gonna
our
be older
app.
than this.
Yeah, we wanted to stay up to date for a few years.
That's very cool.
But yeah, maybe not more than 500. I don't know. I just wanted
I
to
love it.
try what these min and max values do.
I'm just kidding around. I love it.
They would probably mean if we try to submit something that violates these min and max rules, we would get an error, like a validation error. But I think any type of validation in the front end, in the UI, like displaying an error message, we would still have to do ourselves.
I see.
But maybe that's not the interesting part. Maybe the interesting part is actually doing something with the data. Yeah, so should we have a look at the submit function?
Absolutely. Yes.
It's still
So
unhappy about stuff.
yes.
Form.handle submit. It
Yeah, I
says promise
remember.
returning function provided to attribute where a void return was expected. Whew.
So yeah, how can
Let's
we
check
get a
the
hold of
docs
this?
again, maybe.
Yeah. So okay, so they have defined a submit handler. Function on submit values. Aha. So they stick this thing. Oh, we also have it already.
Okay.
I think that's the same thing. They also have a regular named function and they're returning like console log. That is fine. And then, so the way they have this is form.handle submit. They have the same thing.
They have the same thing.
They have the same thing. Should we just try?
Let's just try it.
Like whatever. And so, I mean, generally, in the handle form submit, we would get our Superbase thing now to send
Yes.
stuff there, right?
Yes. I mean, we have kind of defined this wrapper service, which is still all client side, but just to separate the concerns a little bit, we have our book service and we already have a get all books function. So we would do a similar create book function. But for now, all I want is to just log probably the form values in our handle form submit. But I don't know why it's not happy.
And so, do you think we can see stuff here already? So if I don't know, fill this out and say book title, author, 1982.
Oh yeah, it does log me stuff.
It does log stuff?
Yep.
Cool. Where do you see that?
I just tried it. I saw it in the console.
This one? Chrome DevTools
Yeah.
for preview. Doink. Warning, a component is changing. Bleh. Hola. Rating 5. Anyway, yeah, it's here. It's
Yes.
3 times. It's here 3 times.
Okay.
But we are
Easy.
getting values, so that's cool.
Nice. I'm not happy with the fact that we get empty strings for the fields that we leave empty, so maybe I have to change the default value to be undefined for all our option fields. I'll try that, I
Yes.
think. Because we wouldn't want to save empty strings in the database, I guess.
Do we even need the whole default values thing then?
Good question. I don't know if it will complain again about this whole controlled to uncontrolled if we don't have it. It still complains about that. Well, we'll deal with it later.
So, okay. So what's our next step now? To set up the
Yay.
service?
Yeah, why not? Let's try
Here?
that. And I would call it create book.
Oh yeah, that's totally. I was gonna say add new book, but create folder is much better. Async. Oops. What am I doing? This is and now.
And that's gonna get, I think, a book. We'll just say book.
Yes.
And then let's maybe just copy it from the Superbase documentation, which I think is also pretty awesome.
Oh. Superbase docs. Yoink. Here we go.
And then if you go to client library reference for JavaScript, like on the side panel, yep, exactly there.
Oh, here, JavaScript. Mm-hmm.
And then
Insert
you have database,
data.
insert data, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Create a record. All right. Oops. Let's do it. Here we go. And then we're not inserting ID 1, name Denmark, but we're just inserting our book. Like that?
Almost like that, I think. I think we have to do one thing because now we have, again, the snake case, camel case situation. Because our database probably wants to have this book DTO type that we defined, but we currently have a book. So I think if we insert, so we already have object to camel from this TS case convert, and I think there's another one which is called object to snake.
Awesome.
So if we try that, object to snake.
Yes.
Book. Cool. And then what was our table called? Books, probably, right?
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, and then we can also have our if error thing.
Yeah.
Right? We can just steal that from here. And in the end, we return the book.
Yes. Do we even need it? But yeah, we can return it, I guess. Then we also have to get the data, I think. So then it's going to be like data. an error.
Ah, right. Cool. And but what do we do with the data? Or do we return the data that we have from Superbase and not our own book, right? That's a lot
I
better
think so.
instead of passing the book around.
And I think we can also tell it the return type, probably. So if we go like the products.
Let me get no. This is not the
No,
way.
I think it's on the Superbase statement. So if we go like returns, similar to how we did it in the get all books function.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I think that's gonna return. What's it gonna return? A book DTO, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not happy. Because I have to do this.
Yes.
Nice. Okay,
That looks
then
pretty cool.
data as a book DTO, and we could like just to try it, maybe log the ID that was generated
Okay.
in the database for us. So if we go like data dot, just to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice. And then I guess we have to call it.
So we get it from here. Import create book.
Yeah, I think so. I think it can even do an auto import.
No, we have
Oh,
twice.
sorry.
No,
I think that was me.
Cool. Now?
So is it smart enough now to check that values is of type books?
Probably not. Promises must be
Right.
awaited.
Promises must be awaited, definitely. And we have one other issue. We are saying that we need an ID on a type book, but of course we don't have it because we're only generating it. But I think what we can do is using this omit syntax. So saying the input for our create book is not a book, but kind of book without the ID. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Cool.
But I'm not sure if it works on interfaces or if we have to convert it into a type. So I have to do that. TypeScript omit.
That's totally the parts where I blank on TypeScript. I'm always very happy if I have someone like you, Judith, who just knows these things a lot better.
Yeah, but these are really, I would say, the nitty-gritty details of TypeScript. So I think it only works on a type. So let's maybe say book is a type instead of an interface. To it. Yes, I think. What are you complaining? Use an interface instead of a type. But I want a type right now. I don't know. That's just a linter, I think. So if we now say omit, then what's the syntax? Let me check. And I think it goes like, and then we say omit the ID. Let's see. So far, so good.
That looks pretty reasonable to me.
Yes, and I think the error is gone. We still have the promises must be awaited, which is fine. We can delete it.
Nice.
And then this function has to be async.
Yes. Cool.
Nice.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Ah,
Are we going to do it?
let's just do it. I mean, something will go wrong, but maybe just try adding a book to the library and see what it says.
Doink.
If it works, we will get an ID, I think. What did it say?
Cannot read properties of null in ID. So I think it
Oh,
it died over here where we're trying to read data ID. So hold on, we're awaiting this. If there is an error. So there was no error, at least. So we got here. Maybe let's just log the entire data and see what's there.
Why not? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hit save, I think. Hold on. Let's make sure. Let's reload this whole thing. And let's okay. Test. Publication year 12. No. 2000. This, and rating. Ooh.
Ooh,
So data is null.
data is not. But you know what? We are writing stuff to the database.
Yeah, I was wondering if we were doing this already.
Yeah, we are.
This is so good. Let me see. Let's see. Come on, GitHub. Do it. Oh, virtual bookshelf. No.
No, that was right. It's just the UX is a bit goopy. You have to go to
here.
books again. And there you have all the books you just created. Yes.
It's so awesome.
Right? It's like
Cool,
one
but
line of code and we're saving
is-
data.
it's super cool. But it's so. Hold on. Are we the whole objective snake thing? Seems to be working because there's things in the publication here, so that's nice. Yeah, so I'm wondering why the data is null.
Because we
Maybe-
forgot something. If we look at the example again in the Superbase docs,
Here.
we have to call select again, which we're not doing. We're
We
just
have to
doing
call select
insert,
again?
and I think it has to be like this.
Where do you
If we
see
add
that?
another. If you select the other example, create a record and return it.
Oh, so it is inserting, but
Yes. But
it's
I mean, the
like you
question is-
described. It's like
Yeah.
why do we even need something back from the function except
Why
for
do we
when
even
it's an
need it?
error, right? That's what you were saying before. And
Yeah.
here you have exactly this option. Like you just create a record, and as long as no error, you just use your own data, like the one that you just put into the form, and you can kind of make your own thing to display in the UI. But
yeah,
if we return it, then we can safely kind of destroy our form and all the values and don't care, and then use this to, I don't know, probably on some sort of optimistic UI. But we could just go with this version and return nothing,
yes.
and that's our indicator for everything's cool.
But just to try it, so it
Yeah.
seems to work like that. So I just tried it, and if we just add the select, then it actually returns the object from the database. I also don't think we need
It
it,
does.
to be honest.
Here we go.
But
Yeah.
just to kind of prove
And it has
that
an
it would
ID.
work. It has an ID,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
it created that
auto-generated.
stamp. Oh,
Yes, so cool, right?
so cool.
Yeah, these are a lot of things that we don't have to worry about or somehow do manually because Superbase is doing it for us.
And that is super cool. And here we also have all of our stuff, by the way.
So nice.
This is also here. A dwarf. Hey, that is very cool. Um, so we're returning the data from here. That is very nice. I think what we should figure out in the meantime, so you don't have to watch us do this, is like what is this weird error going on? Like, I'm sure it's a tiny, tiny thing.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll figure it out, like, and we'll tell you the solution. But like
Ooh.
we'll just skip ahead and do that. Um, right. And so where do we go from here? What's our next steps in the next episode?
I mean, there's so many things we could do, I guess. We could kind of finish the whole CRUD cycle and make
Mm,
sure we can also edit a book and delete it.
mm,
Um, yeah, so that would be pretty similar to what we have been
cool.
doing so far. I was thinking we can even probably reuse the same form and just kind of pass as a React prop, whether it's an add book
Yeah,
or edit book, because it's essentially the same form, right? We just have to
very
make
cool.
sure that if it's added, that we kind of fill it with the values from the book,
Hmm.
pre-fill it. But yeah, I think that would be
Cool.
nice. So being able to edit books and then delete books would probably we could add like a little bin icon or something somewhere on the card, and then
Yeah,
I mean
somewhere here,
deleting
right?
is
We say we gonna
super
have a button
straightforward.
delete icon here, so
Exactly.
they all get it.
Yeah, they all get it, and that's just
Nice.
another call to Superbase.
Oh, and then the same for edit, right? And then
Yeah,
icon here. So they both have it, and then we can pull up the same dialog to edit the thing. This can show a warning and say, really? And then we can kick it out of the DB. That's cool.
yeah,
Nice. Yeah. And then we have everything to maybe make this a little bit more pretty and to clean up the whole thing a little
definitely.
bit. Sweet. And then, I mean, future stuff, then we can still make up our bookshelves and pull data
Yeah,
into the separate categories. So you can have different, right, like sci-fi and I don't know, fiction, learning
yeah,
stuff, and whatever you make up. And then we can introduce like a new category making form. So you can set up that stuff for yourself. And I'm excited to see now that we sort of have the basics in line on how to make a form, how to put something in the database and how to get it out. And I'm really excited to see how much we will speed up now that we have all this stuff, right? Mm.
exactly. So I think so far we really added lots of new components and NPM packages and whatnot, but
Yeah.
we will probably add a little bit more stuff, but not that much. I think we have almost everything in place right now. So yeah,
Mm.
for Superbase, it's now really repeating a lot of similar things. And then, yeah, finally, maybe we get to do some styling, see how we can also customize those Shetzian components a little bit more, make it look,
Oh,
a
yeah.
bit more interesting maybe than what we have
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Um,
That would be
yeah,
cool. Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah, I just yesterday saw this video um, of of my CSS inspiration guy Kevin Powell, who
Hmm.
made like this Netflix UI of scrolling through a couple movies left and right with CSS only. We're not going to go the
Wow.
CSS only route because it's a little bit
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
But the UI is cool, like to have a couple books and then, as far as your screen is, and then just go left and right. I think that would be kind of cool, especially if we have shelves. That would be cool. Hmm.
Definitely. I mean, we can try to do that with Tailwind, which I don't know, is not that different. I mean, it's CSS basically, I would say.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice. Cool.
cool.
All
Nice.
right.
So, still lots of things to do for the
That,
next episode.
exactly. Coolio. Awesome. thank you for watching, everyone. And as usual, if you have questions or comments, now that we have the code sandbox, and we'll also just share the link to that so you can fork it and, I don't know, do whatever with it. And we'll continue next week.
Cool.
Alrighty. See you, Judith.
Bye.
Ciao.